Hello and welcome back to the Old Realms and our Bretonnian Knight, and we're going to be charging straight on in here against these guys. This is an army without any cavalry as far as I'm aware, so these guys are going to be, look at that, 547 damage with a couch lance. Obviously, bear in mind, I personally believe that couch lancers are really dangerous, especially considering if you are charging into a, majority force with a lot of people that have a polearm or something, similar to that degree. You're probably going to be taking a lot of damage in the process, which is exactly what happened to me just now. We actually did take a lot of damage, and potentially we could have died. So that is something we are going to have to look out for as we, get a little bit more, shall we say, familiar with couch lancing in general, because let's face it, I have used couch lancing in the past. I do know how it works to a degree, but I've not really been a fan of it. I'm not one of those people that, swears by it and lives and dies by the couch lance. No, that is not really my thing. I much prefer the thrusting ability, because it does provide you with a little bit more range, and I personally think that that is slightly better when it comes to increasing your odds of survival, and indeed with timing, because timing is basically everything when it comes to using a lance or a spear-like weapon. Because if you're obviously dealing with enemies that can also use spears, and most enemy cavalry do have lances or spears in some fashion or another, then that is very, very important. Since it's super, super important to actually have the ability to beat enemies and make sure that you always get the first hit. Because if you don't get the first hit, you're probably going to end up dying in some way or another. So we really don't want to have that happen, do we? Anyway, here we go. Hello. We've got another person. Thank you. I'm basically just trying to hunt down as many minor faction vassals as possible. Even, this is the funny thing, even full faction, even the normal faction vassals, I think I'd probably be able to do a pretty good job there. I think I wouldn't have too many issues with dealing with them. But it's a matter of finding them where they currently are. That's the issue. Now, I'm probably going to die. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. You see? That's exactly what I was talking about. It's actually quite funny. It's a good, shall we say, it's a good science experiment, because it basically just showed you exactly what I meant. Because these guys are obviously a little bit different from the previous couple of people that we were fighting against. They have slightly different units, and as a result, well, we paid the price. We paid the price for it, because they do have polearms, as you can quite clearly tell. They have polearms, and they're very, very willing to use them, and it doesn't really matter whether I'm super, super quick or anything like that in charging into them or whatever. It doesn't matter. They are just going to murder you. Thankfully, I am pretty fine. I mean, I don't really mind about being eliminated, because preventive medicine is going to help me out, and being able to eliminate them relatively easily in that sense is, I think a worthwhile trade, even if I do get eliminated sometimes. I really don't mind that too much. I am having a whale of a time actually not fighting in swamps as well, because let's face it, we do have a lot of swampy sort of areas around here. I'm not a big fan of that, but yeah, it doesn't really matter, If we do get those kinds of places, then we get them, and that's just how it's going to have to be. Now, my companions are indeed leveling up, which is great, and I'm actually thinking, shall we actually start getting some peasants? Because I'm just thinking right now, what are my wages? My wages are only 900, so I don't think I really have to go super, super hard on the, oh. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, what about this? Is this going to... Yeah, 300. Okay, that's fine. I don't really want to abuse the bug, you know what I mean? Because there is obviously a bug with dark energy and basically any of these extra resources, quote-unquote, that does allow you to upgrade units without spending anything. And, yeah, so I don't really want to use that if I can help it, even though I don't really particularly care. I mean, If it's a bug, it's a bug. I don't really want to micromanage it that harsh, but I don't really want to take advantage of it in such a massive way. And what we're going to do, I'm actually just going to take a quick look, not at my quests, thank you very much. Okay, so I do have one additional companion. Okay, so that means that I am going to be getting this Necromancer companion and recruiting him immediately. Thank you very much, sir. And this is just going to pay dividends in the end, because this guy is just going to be summoning so many people. Actually, you know what? I think a really good way for us to earn a load of dark energy is actually to go into a battle and just extend the battle for a significant amount of time. And I'm talking about, you know, just let the battle run for quite a while. Just let it run for a few minutes, and your necromancers are going to be summoning a pretty significant amount, right? They're going to be summoning skeletons every, what? Every 30 seconds or something like that? Every 30 seconds? Every 20 seconds? Something like that. And the more skeletons they can summon, the more dark energy you're going to get. And that means that, you know, theoretically, I'm not sure whether this is actually going to work, but it sounds pretty, you know, it sounds pretty viable. I'm not sure if it is actually a thing that can work, but it would be cool. It would be cool if we could make it work. Okay, let's kill that guy. Thank you. Whoa, that was a nice hit, if I do say so myself. Can I get to 150 in this fight? Maybe I'll be able to. Yes, my necromancers are actually doing some pretty good damage. I gotta say, I'm actually very surprised that they're even doing damage, because from my perspective, I've always thought that necromancers are just summoners, and I've never really seen them do direct damage until this playthrough, so I guess that's actually kind of nice. Maybe they did do a little bit of damage in the vampire playthrough that we had beforehand, in our necroc playthrough, but I don't remember that. I don't actually remember that at all. All I remember is them just summoning skeletons and everything, but I guess that's absolutely fine. And there we go, we are now done. And yeah, look at that, 8.2 renown. 8.2 renown just from doing that. That is a staggering amount of renown just for a regular caravan. That is actually really, really good. And the funny thing about caravans now, and this is the reason why I was, you know, stressing to you the extreme benefit of having party movement speed, right? Because party movement speed is sometimes underestimated, but when it comes to something like this, you know, party movement speed increased by 2, that is just invaluable. Look at how fast I can catch this guy now. Look at that. I just caught up with him in almost an instant, and I don't have to chase him for, you know, a few minutes. I can literally just catch up with him without any problems whatsoever, and we can immediately get into battle, and then we can get that wonderful, sweet 8, 9, 10 renown, or whatever it is, and then we can also get a load of money, and we can get some good experience for ourselves as well. Now, I do want to obviously eliminate the enemy cavalry if I can, but unfortunately for me, they do have a lot of polearms, and I'm a little bit worried about actually taking them on. I do want to level up my medicine skill as well. Yeah, you know, it's such an egregious problem when we are consistently suffering from too many choices. You know, we literally are. I have to think to myself, oh yes, I want to level up leadership. I want to level up polearms and two-handed. I want to level up all this stuff. And speaking of two-handed, I do have a two-handed sword. Remember, I actually purchased one in the previous episode and I haven't used it yet. I am an imbecile. Okay, let's go and actually use it in an upcoming battle. Although, to be fair, as I say, why should I use it when my polearm is actually doing a really, really good job? And did I just level up right now? Did I just level up? I think I might have. I'm not sure if I did. Yes, I did. Okay, fantastic, great. So, yeah, this is the question. Do we want to level up my medicine skill? Because the thing is, if I level up medicine skill and then I send my troops in against, you know, beastmen or bandits of some kind, then they're probably going to be getting a little bit of a level up. It does take a long time to level up medicine skill, but I'm also thinking about my scouting. You know, I'm thinking about my scouting skill and everything. I'm thinking about athletics, even though athletics is really not, I'm not really caring about that a great deal right now. I'm thinking medicine, yeah. Gonna go medicine for now. And now let's have a look here. All of our knight units gain 10% physical resistance. Pillaging is 50% faster and gains dark energy. Wait a minute. I actually feel like that is going to be insane. Ooh. Ooh, wait a minute. This is perfect. Actually, this is perfect. I'm going to take away 1 point from here. And we are going to put 2 points in here. Yes, this is wonderful. Pillaging is 50% faster. And we also gain dark energy from this. Okay, this is very fun. Okay, I cannot wait to see how this goes. All right, so let's just... I think I should probably recruit some peasants, shouldn't I? I don't know. I feel like I am not going to really enjoy using peasants that much, because we are being hyper aggressive when it comes to our attacks, and I don't really want to leave archers behind, basically, because if I level them up into archers, you know what's going to happen. We're basically just going to leave them in, you know, whichever state that they are in at the time, and it's just going to be, well, kind of bad. Oh, hello. Who are you, sir? Do you have a lot of people? Yes, you have 136 peasant levies. You think I can fight this guy? He's got 205 total units. I'm thinking right now that's probably not going to be doable. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go into enemy territory and we're going to try and see if I can... yeah, I'm going to just fight this caravan real fast. But I actually... Oh, you know what? See, now this is again... Oh, this is another one of those things. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place because I want to do so many things. Okay, so... let me see. What I want to do first... What I want to do first is... I want to make sure... that we can sell, right? I want to make sure that we can sell. So first of all, after this battle, we're going to go and sell in the nearby town. And then we are going to go and raid a village. We're going to go and raid a village, and we're hopefully going to have a great time there. We're going to get, you know, a huge amount of dark energy if we can. I have no idea whether that will be the case, but, you know, it will be fun. It will be fun to see how much we're going to get for it. If we can even achieve victory. It does say it's going to be 50% faster, which is actually insane if I think about it, you know. 50% faster pillaging? I mean, come on. You know, if I had that normally, I would just be, you know, this is the reason, this is actually also the reason why I think that the Old Realms has done such a fantastic job with increasing the ability to feel like your character's gaining some big advantage when it gains a level. Because there are so many perks, you know, in the base game that feel like you're not really gaining anything at all. You know, because, like, who cares whether you gain 2% melee damage, right? You know, who cares about that? That doesn't make any real big difference to many people. Anyway, I'm just going to sell all this. 32,000 is our reward for that. 36,000 now, and I can sell this stuff too. That is going to be too expensive though, so I'm just going to sell this one sword. Yes, this is a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? This is very unfortunate because I actually have a load of trade goods as well, which I wouldn't mind trading, but unfortunate for me that I don't have enough space for that. Yes, and there's also another necromancer available here, which would be wonderful, but yeah, there isn't anything I can do about that. Shall we try fighting this guy? Who are you, sir? You have 210 peasant levies. That's kind of incredible. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to get Pathfinder real fast. And then we're going to go in. We're going to go in against this guy because he's currently being pursued. by a number of our vassals. I didn't really want to fight in the nighttime. That's the reason why I kind of messed around a little bit there. But we're going to go in. He has only peasant levies, basically, and I'm kind of hoping that we'll be able to use this opportunity to vastly increase our skills. And I'm not even mostly talking about our polearm skill or even just leveling up in general. I'm talking about our two-handed skill, because we could use two-handed level ups as well, which would be pretty fantastic. So, yeah, let's see what we can do here. Where is the enemy? Is the enemy all the way over there? Yes, there they are. Okay, so the problem with working with the AI is that they are generally pretty cowardly and a little bit too passive for my liking sometimes. Sometimes they're really good, and sometimes they just, you know, go straight on in like they might be doing here. They might actually be going straight on in. However, I highly doubt it. Yes, I highly, highly doubt it. They're probably not going to be doing that. Ah, hello. Okay, yes, that was not exactly great. Obviously, it is pretty dark as well. What? They have a trebuchet? Why? How do you have a trebuchet on the field of battle? Okay, I'm just going to tell my people to charge in. We're not going to mess around here. Thank you very much. This is absolutely ridiculous. How do they have a trebuchet on the field of battle? This is hilarious. Okay, how did they set that up? That would have taken a long time to build, wouldn't it? Surely. But yeah, it's quite funny as well, because we are Bretonnians and we're fighting Bretonnians, and the funny thing about that is that Bretonnians generally do field a lot of peasants, and as you can quite clearly tell from the massive amount of casualties, yeah, our allies are also fielding them, so it is going to be basically a bloodbath of epic peasantry proportions. That is exactly what's happening here. Can I actually do some damage, please? Okay, I'm going to switch to my two-handed sword, and I will do 2 damage with it. What do you bet? Ah, 97. Oh, actually, no. Actually, a pretty good amount. Pretty good amount. Okay. Nice. Can I... yeah, I don't really want to stick around and get myself killed, so I should be a little bit careful about that, shouldn't I? I should be very, very careful right here. I don't really want to die if I can help it. And they are going to... I think they're going to get some reinforcements, right? I think they are going to get reinforcements. Nice. We took him down. There we go. And, yeah, well, we gained a small amount of skill points, which I guess is relatively decent. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more if we eliminated one of those, but I guess it is... You know, it's enough. It's enough to gain a skill point or 2 in some skills, I guess. You know, I suppose that's fine. Anyway, I'm just going to speed up the rest of the fight because we are basically going to... Oh. I actually got killed? Really? Okay. Oh, well, I don't mind that. Yeah, that is quite funny. I guess there must have been some roaming cavalry or something like that, because that must be what my, my people, my allies are after right now. That is rather amusing. But we are going to get a huge amount of dark energy for this. We should get a huge amount of dark energy for this. If we don't, then I'm not entirely sure what's happening. But yeah, I think we are. Because this has been going on for a long time. We barely lost any people. I only got 28% of the loot, which is kind of sad. But, you know, that's just how it goes if you don't kill a huge amount. But let's just, you know, kind of see what's going to happen here. Yes, as you can see, look at this. 185 skeletons. That's exactly what I was talking about. So you can see here that the dark energy gained from this is going to be incredibly good. At least I hope so. I'm estimating that we're going to end with around 600 dark energy, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Even more than that. Even more than that, we got over 1,000. That is wonderful. That is really, really cool. And we have a Bretonnian cape. Yes, look at that. We're looking great now. We're looking very stylish. Oh yes, functional and stylish. Exactly. And there is a Bretonnian two-handed sword, which I purchased for 32,000, which I could have just looted. Okay, yes. Well, that's Rather disappointing, is it not? Yes, that is rather disappointing. Oh well, never mind, never mind. It happens. It happens. And we do have a lot of money as it is, so it's not really like I'm gonna be, you know, too hard done by that by that realization. But yes, unfortunate for me that this particular town does not have any additional money. So we're gonna see what actually happens with that, because it could very well be that they're going to get a refresh relatively soon, and then I can, you know, sell my goods and everything. Yeah, there you go. They got a small refresh, so I guess that's okay. Let's sell all of this stuff. Just sell absolutely every single thing that we can here. And there we go. Get rid of the fish as well. There's too much of it. There we go, and get rid of some of that, and there we have it. Okay, another 15,000 just from that. That's pretty impressive. And yeah, that village is raided still, unfortunately. There's a caravan right there. I could technically, you know, I could technically attack the caravan. I could technically attack it without any worry whatsoever. Let's have a look here. 5% more loot from defeated villagers and caravans. That sounds pretty good in my opinion. We're going to go for self-promoter because having children in this mod does not work. It is not enabled to preserve the lore and all that. So, you know, that's perfectly understandable. And otherwise, let's go straight on in. Let's just go straight on in. There is no reason for us to delay anymore. And let's go for a nice little couch lance to begin with. Hopefully I'm not going to get killed instantaneously. No, I killed two. I killed two and got a double headshot. That's pretty crazy. I like it. Okay, can I get another one? Oh. Yeah, I actually almost died there, but yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. That is a prime example of why I personally believe that couch lancing is a very mixed bag. You know, if you can use it against archers or something like that, where they don't really have the ability to kind of defend against you, you know, while they're still firing their bows, that is, and they don't have a melee weapon or anything out at the time, then you're probably going to have a good chance to kill them very, very easily with a couch lance. But if you're attacking a person that knows you're barreling towards them and they have a polearm, they will beat you every single day of the week, even if you have an extremely long polearm like I do right here. Because I've got length of like what is it, 245 or something like that. That translates to like what, 24 centimeters, 24 inches, whatever you want to call it. And I think we've got a good amount of length right there. That's enough to technically penetrate pretty deeply. But unfortunately, the enemy, when they thrust forward, they have a little bit more. So, you know, it's like when runners, well, sprinters, shall we say, are, you know, wanting to beat someone else at the finish line, and they push their chests out, or they you know, they do something to kind of get a little bit of extra body over the line, and that's kind of what's happening with that. So yeah, anyway, we're going to be spending 800 dark energy, and I'm going to be getting some dark energy as well. So there we go, we've got 400 now. That's not too bad. And are we getting anything from here? No, not really. That's fine. And yeah, I'm basically, this is one of those things, I'm basically keeping a lookout for our companions' armor as well, because we do obviously want to make sure that they are leveling up appropriately, or shall we say they're gearing up appropriately. But the thing is, I don't actually have anything for them, because the thing that I have for myself is the exact same thing that they're wearing most of the time. And I think what I'm going to do is, once I have a little bit more cash, I'm just going to go on a bit of a spending spree for them. Because if we take a look here, you can see their helmet is not very necessary. This gives them literally one, but I don't know. Is it worth it? No, not really. I don't think it's particularly worth it. So what I'm going to do is, I will literally, as I said, I will go on a spending spree for them and make them a little bit more, you know, a little bit more, you know, more survivable, tougher, you know, so on and so forth. And hopefully that's going to make a big difference. We actually did level up as well, which is great. So what do we want to do? I'm thinking right now that we should probably go for some steward skill. And free career points 1 means that we get reduced cooldown of the charge ability by 30 seconds, which is, in my opinion, incredibly good. This is one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best things that you can get in this entire tree, because it just fundamentally increases your damage output dramatically. Obviously, that very much depends, because obviously if you're deciding to play a different kind of Bretonnian Knight, and you're not actually, you know, let's just say that you're not wanting to use a lance or something like that, then the knightly charge ability is not necessarily something you want to focus on that much, even though I do think it can work with other weapons, but obviously it is much better with something like a polearm. At least in my opinion. Obviously that's very much personal preference. Let me just go over here real fast. I just want to try and see if I can maybe get something. Let's see. Yes, there we go. Let's get some of these guys. Oh, we got some. We got some beastmen. This is perfect. Okay, so we can actually just go in here. Oh yeah. This is gonna be. It's gonna be kind of annoying, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be kind of annoying to actually get these guys. Well, get the medicine skill leveled up. The medicine skill is going to be extremely annoying, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should go in against the caravans. I guess go in against the caravans, something like that. But yeah, anyway, what we're going to do now is, as I said, we are going to try a little pillage against a village, and we're going to see if that can actually work. For me personally, I feel like this is probably not going to be super successful, but I want to see how much dark energy we get from participating in this activity. So we have 55 right now, okay? We have 55. Let's raid the village. I'm just going to send my troops in for an auto-resolve here. I don't see the point in going in automatically against villagers. Doesn't really make much sense. And we are just gonna... Okay, so we have 137. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's not the raid itself. Okay, here we go. So we have 137 after the initial battle with the villagers, okay? So let's see how much we actually get in total. Because bear in mind, we are indeed raiding the village 50% faster than we would normally. And I have to be on the lookout, okay? I have to be on the lookout. I have to be very aware that vassals can come from any direction. And there are some very large armies all over the place. So let's be very careful about that. I like the way that the modding team have done this. I like the way that it's going up in increments of 1, and it's going up very quickly, actually. And there you go. Look at that. That was nicely done, if I do say so myself. That was very cool. And I think personally, that is nice. That was literally over 200. That was over 200 dark energy just from that, which I think is very cool. What should I do here? I guess I'll just heal everyone. That sounds like a good plan. But yeah, that was nice. That was actually really nice. Unfortunate for me, but I actually chose a well, I'm gonna say it. I chose an incorrect village, in my opinion. What I should have chosen was a village that was connected to a town rather than a village that was connected to a castle, because it does kind of limit the amount of noble troops that I can indeed recruit, but I guess that doesn't really matter too much in the grand scheme of things, I guess, because they are aggressive to us. But in the future, at some point, if they do make peace with us, then, you know, I could actually recruit from there, and then it would be a lot easier. Like, for example, they've just made peace with us right now. Well, not those people, these people, in fact, which is quite funny. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I think that's a nice system. I like that a great deal, because that's basically just giving us another incentive to do yet another activity. And that allows you to be so much more selective with the various things that you end up doing in the game, and I absolutely love that, because that's why I absolutely loved playing Warband back in the day when I first initially began playing the game. You know, there was just so many different ways that you could progress. You could do so many different things, and obviously back then it was like a whole new experience, basically. It was just like, wow, there's so much stuff to do here. I can't imagine what I can actually do to you know, get the most power and so on and so forth. And obviously this was literally when I first started playing, so it was like I had no idea, didn't have any idea what I was doing at the time, and you know, to a certain degree I still don't. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.